Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's NEET PG 2022 Information Series. The All India Round 2 Admitted Candidates list has been published by MCC, and there are around 13,797 candidates who have joined their All India Round 2 seats. This includes a list of candidates who got All India Round 1 seats and retained the same All India Round 1 seat in round, and also includes candidates who were admitted, who got a fresh seat in All India, got allotted a fresh seat in All India Round 2, and or an upgraded seat in All India Round 2, and then went ahead and joined their seat before the 28th 5 p.m. So this entire list of 13,797 seats will not be available in All India Mop, and this 13,797 candidates will also not compete in All India Mop or in any of the further state rounds. So we look at how you can look at the data of these seats which are where candidates have been admitted and those seats where candidates have not been admitted. After you enter into allotment mapping and click on All India Counseling and Round 2, you will have the complete list of allotments of All India Counseling Round 2 on the left side of the pane. You'll see All India Counseling PG Medical Round 2 and the entire 20,371 allotments of All India. Basically, allotments of All India over here on the left side till the last page, you will be able to go and check on the total allotments. Now, if you are looking at the admitted candidates list, if you filter out on admitted over here, you will be able to see the 13,797 candidates who have been admitted. If you're interested in the not admitted candidates list, basically candidates who were allotted a seat and were not admitted in their, did not join the seats in round 2, then you will see, you can select not admitted and you will see 6,574 seats where candidates were allotted in All India round 2 and did not join. What does this mean? These are 6,774 seats which might come to which would be there in All India Mop-up as vacancies ideally. There might be a difference of 4 or 5 seats because some candidates would have done the joining offline, and the institutes, usually DNB institutes, would not have done it online in intra MCC, and they'll intimate MCC by the timeline, and those alone may not be available. Otherwise, there might be 1 or 2 seats which have been missed out because of wrong seat inclusion, additional seat inclusion. So those might be out, but otherwise, almost all this 6,574 seats will be available as vacancies. Now, this is for each one you see here is a single vacancy. For example, you will find a particular seat available at multiple rank levels. It does not mean that there's one general medicine seat in Stanley. If there are other candidates who have taken general medicine in Stanley at a different rank, those will also be available. Each one is a single record. Now, you will also have to understand that this is based on allotments. There were 20,000 allotments, 20,000 plus allotments. There are unallotted seats as well, which belong to either certain categories, non-clinical seats in government institutes. There might be seats under NRI category which are not allotted, MNG category which are not allotted. There might be seats belonging to PWD category which are not allotted. Note, not allotted to anyone in round 2. Nobody opted for these seats, and therefore these seats come in as vacancies in mop-up. There were around 600 such seats, of which around 200 odd were PWD seats in certain categories, which may get converted if the mop-up eligible PWD candidates don't take them. That is not a huge number, but that number exists beyond this 6,574 seats. So you can have a look at this for your rank range for the courses you are interested in. So let's say you are interested in DNB radio diagnosis, you will be able to filter out on DNB radio diagnosis and see the complete list of seats that are available. What is a reference point? The reference point is the seat matrix of last year, right? So you can go back to the seat matrix of last year and refer it. Prior to that, we'll also look at how you can look at it, look at the options for your state round twos for decisions. There are 2 decisions. One is on state round 2 and an All India Mop-up. So All India Mop-up is a decision that you have already taken because you did not join your All India round 2 seat. That is why you're looking at this entire information. If it is state round 2 that you're looking at, then you can look at, let's say, Uttar Pradesh round 1. And Uttar Pradesh merit list, already there is a confusion saying that all candidates who have been admitted in All India are also part of the Uttar Pradesh merit list. That does not matter because the final allotment list that has to be released by Uttar Pradesh should not include the admitted candidates of All India round 2, the 13,797 candidates. So if you look at Uttar Pradesh PG Medical round 1 entire list, you will have all the allotments of Uttar Pradesh PG Medical round 1 of 2022. And if you select All India Counseling PG Medical round 2 here and select the admitted candidates list and remove show empty rows, you will see all the 105 candidates who got seats in Uttar Pradesh round 1 and have been admitted in All India round 2. All these candidates will not be competing with you in Uttar Pradesh round 2, and all these candidates' seats would be already available in the seat matrix of Uttar Pradesh. If not, then you will have to confirm why it is not available. So this is how you can check for your state round 2s. Now, what for those candidates who are looking at All India Mop-up, we already saw that 6,457 odd seats are going to be available with a minor difference, plus or minus of 10 seats or so. Now, among the what is your reference point? Your reference point is 6,457 allotted and not joined seats, plus the unallotted seats, which may be under PWD category, non-clinicals in certain categories, MNG, deemed or NRI seats, etc. So plus those seats is your reference point when you are looking at the seat matrix of last year. The seat matrix of last year is available, but note that each record over here is not a single seat. There might be multiple seats mentioned over here. So don't look at the number of records over here. It is a total seat count for your reference seats, your choices, etc. And look at the number of seats that were available here last year, comparing it with this year. We are trying to update the seat matrix to compiling the 6,457 allotted and not joined seats, plus the not the seats which were not allotted to anyone in round 2, but it is a big challenge. So we will see if it is possible and then update it as a tentative seat matrix for mop-up. There might be issues, so we are thinking about it. We'll just check and share if we are updating. Now, in this, where do you need to figure out the round last year's mop-up seat matrix? Last year was round 4, and you will have to select session as 2021. So once you do that, you will be able to see the entire seat matrix of last year. Now, this is not 5,257 seats. Don't go by this. There will be multiple seats within this. We will do a comparison to as comparison of last year's seat matrix versus the expected seat matrix of this year and share it in a day or two. But till then, this will give you a reference point of how many seats were available. How many seats were available last year. You can basically, you would want it for your choices. You can filter out on any of these choices and then check on how many seats were available last year for your, let's say, 20 choices above your allotted All India round 2 choice or your expected choice, and a few choices below your allotted round 2 choice. Now, one major thing that you need to understand is that while you compare, let us say the seats have increased this year, there are more seats this coming up this year. That does not necessarily mean that it is going to be a positive shift, because one thing you need to understand is that when we go to allotment mapping and when we select All India PG Medical and round 2 allotted and we select the not admitted candidates list, it says that these seats will come into mop-up. Very clear, 6574 seats. Now, whether the candidate will also come to mop-up in addition taking the seat, because this time many candidates might have taken an option to come into mop-up, and if those candidates are coming into mop-up since they did not get a state round 2 seat, that might result in additional competition. So that factor is very difficult to evaluate. It can be done basically only based on their state R2 options, which you might have to estimate or probably try to connect with the candidate. So that part, keep in mind. Just a comparison of seats versus seats will not make a difference. A comparison of seats versus seats, taking into account how many additional candidates may come into mop-up compared to last year. If there are more seats over here, it does not necessarily mean lesser competition. There are also candidates who may come in. So that is something that you need to look at. Have a look at this data. We'll also be sharing other information on last year's comparison in total numbers, etc. after we pull that out, and also probably try to come up with a tentative seat matrix for mop-up for your decisions. Especially on state R2. So hope this information is helpful. Do share it with others for whom it is helpful. For mop-up, for candidates who are looking for All India mop-up through revised cutoff based registration, this will give you a possible seat matrix. We will try to update it in the seat matrix column too. Thank you so much for watching. Do share it with others for whom you think it will be relevant.